taught that the Aborigines were not as evolved as the white man.
So they started teaching that the Aborigines were a lower man on the evolutionary chain. You notice under evolution they show the ape, then they show him turn to a man to a point. Look at that middle ape. That's the black man right there.
Right.
He's in the middle, and then next thing you know, you got Clark Kent at the end of it. So what's going on here? They're saying that we haven't evolved yet.
Right.
It's all a psychological play to make you think that you being in your greatness is still unfinished. You're the ape that haven't evolved yet to the white man. That's what evolution is. Evolution is a joke, okay? It's the most asinine theory that one could ever. It would have to be in the end day and taught in a dumbed down society. There's no civilized society anywhere in the past that would have brought into this ideology. Not even the Greeks and all their freakisms and all their madness. They understood evolution, and that thought was a joke back then. That people evolved from apes. But then they started to teach the Aborigines in school that they were a lower form of evolution. And that's why we don't receive or accept the evolutionary doctrine. Because in that doctrine, we must accept ourselves as lesser people compared to Europeans. See, when you say that evolution is how all things came to be, just accept yourself being lower on the evolutionary chain. And thereby they can do whatever they would like to do to you. Because you haven't evolved yet. You haven't become white yet. Right? So they started teaching evolution as a weapon to the Reubenites in Australia. Come on.
I was going to say, they cited the fact that the Aborigines have bigger jawbones as evidence for the theory of evolution.
Because they had bigger jawbones. They must be, they haven't evolved yet. See, this is the excuses they took back to England to say they're savages and they're low on the evolutionary chain. They can use that as an excuse to actually teach that it was okay to poison them, to kill them, to rape them, because they haven't evolved yet. They're not people yet. So therefore we can treat them as quote-unquote subhumans. So you have to watch their psychology and their use of words. And that's why I tell brothers and sisters, watch what words you attribute to yourself when it comes to saying that you're a thug. And if you're anything outside of what the Most High made you, and you let them label you that, they'll treat you as such. Okay? You're not a thug. All these names are making it where they can demonize you and treat you as quote-unquote subhuman. So they started putting terms on these Reubenites. Oh, they're savages. They're uncivilized. Look at their jawbones. You understand? Look how big their jawbones is. Look at this or look at that. And then they say, well, okay, because of this, we can experiment on them. We can poison them. We can kill their children. Right? Read on.
The mental life of savages rises little above that. This is a quote from one of their so-called scientists.
Come on.
It says, the mental life of savages rises little above that of the higher mammals, especially the apes, which they are genealogically connected.
They told the Reubenites they're genealogically connected to apes. Right?
It says, their intelligence moves within the narrowest bounds, and one can no more or less speak of their reason than that of the more intelligent animals.
Now, one reason they're putting this out, it has nothing to do with evolution. It's because Jacob said Reuben will not excel. That's why Reuben wasn't as advanced as the Indians or the Bliqua Taínos and our people. But they're now using this as another example to fuel at that time what they were trying to gain some power through, the evolutionary doctrine. They were trying to use the Reubenites now to give ground to this evolutionary teaching, when it should have been the Bible showing why they wasn't advanced. They weren't advanced because their father Reuben went to Jacob's bed. That's why they didn't excel. Not because they were apes and all these other things. See that? Mm-hmm. See how they're using what happened with Reuben to try to bring forth their theory? We understand why Reuben wasn't advanced as other civilizations. Even civilizations that fell by the so-called quote-unquote white man. Reuben wasn't as industrious because of what he did against his father. Not because he came from an ape. See that? So we can resolve the conditions of our people strictly through reading the Bible and what would befall Israel in the last days. We know why Reuben didn't have certain technology that was acting uncivilized and all that. It was a curse written in the Bible, written in scriptures. Right? Go on.
It says, these lower races, such as the Vedas or Australian Negroes, are psychologically mirror to the Europeans. We must therefore assign a totally different value to their lives.
It says, because they are less people, we must assign a totally different value to their lives. Their lives mean less than ours. So we can experiment on them, we can poison them, we can do all types of things to them because they are lesser people. Evolution. See? If you accept evolution, you accept extermination. It's the law of the fittest. Who's more fit to operate right now should live. Mm-hmm. And if you agree with somebody coming and shooting some poison up in your children, to them, and you voluntarily let them do that, they deserve to die. And you deserve to see them sick and die. Because you don't got enough sense to know what's killing them. You're low on the evolutionary chain. If you're not smart enough to defend your own children from our poisons, why should they live? See? So it didn't just apply to Reuben. They started doing this to all of us. They're doing it today. I see our people as simple as they can be. In their ignorance, though. Taking their children to get shot with diseases. As a remedy to cure a disease they'll never run into. To ward off a disease that they will never run into on earth. Oh yeah, get your meningitis. You got your who do you know with meningitis? Oh, you got your hepatitis B? Who do you know with hepatitis B? Oh, you got your polio? I'm just putting this out there because it's just more advanced, but it's the same weaponry, germ warfare. They were doing this to our brothers in Australia. Anything else you have on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're only going to be able to cover Reuben today, and we're going to pick up the rest a little later, right? Come on.
Here they have a list of the genocides and the massacres of the Reubenites from the 1800s down to 1928.
Come on, let's go through a few of them.
It says here, starting at the 1800s to 1876, the Tasmania genocide from the early 1800s to 1876.
And you notice it says Tasmania, right? And they started programming us even in early days in cartoons to make us demonize Tasmania. Even in Bugs Bunny, you had the Tasmanian devil. That's true. These were all demonizing our people through comedy or animation. Right? Tasmania genocide from early 1800s to 1876. Read.
The Bathurst Massacre, 1824.
They had a massacre in 1824.
The Cape Grim Massacre, 1828.
These are all documented massacres where our people were killed in large number by the Europeans, by England. Read.
It says Fremantle Massacre, 1830.
2 years later, another massacre.
Convincing Ground Massacre, 1833 to 34.
3 years later, another massacre.
Battle of Pinjarra, 1834. Mayall Creek Massacre, 1838.
Another massacre 4 years later, 1838.
Waterloo Creek Massacre, 1838. Vanilla Massacre, 1838. The Campaspe Plains Massacre.
These are all massacres set up through the Masonic order. They must conquer and lay their order, their Masonic cornerstone, leading to a one-world order. So they would have to come up with plans for war, to sacrifice these people and lay their cornerstone so that the whole world will be under their new world order by a certain jubilee. And we're near that jubilee. And I'm showing you all these massacres that we're reading of here, over there, happened to us in North America. It happened to us in South America, the Mexican wars and massacres. And guess what? The massacres is happening to us on a large scale in Africa right now. Through the UN's, what they would call vaccine program and their AIDS program, which is really a depopulation and a massacre of our people all throughout Africa. Nothing has changed. Read.
The Murdering Gully Massacre, 1838. The Wiradjuri Wars, 1830 to the 1840s. The LaGrange Massacre, 1865. Dampier Archipelago Massacre, 1868. Barrel Creek Massacre, 1874. The Golboba Hill Massacre, 1876. The Arnhem Land Massacres, 1880 to the 1890s. Battle Mount Massacre, 1884. Halls Creek Massacre, 1890. Killing Times, Kimberley Region, 1890 to the 1920s. Canning Stock Group Massacres, 1906 to 1907. Mistake Creek Massacres, 1915. Bedford Downs Massacre, 1924. Forest River Massacre, 1926. Tully Falls Massacre, 1927. And the Coniston Massacre, 1928.
They massacred over 100 years of mass killings in Australia till it was conquered. Now you wonder why Reuben is there just drinking and have no sense of direction or light or understanding or even hope of standing again as a people. If you see enough tragedy and massacres amongst your people, it becomes traumatic to the point where you think that this is normal. Massacre after massacre after massacre after massacre after massacre. And I'm going to say this. This is just a shout out and a message to those now that are looking to hold on to America because they feel America's Constitution has been trampled on. And saying that they're losing the country that their founding fathers conquered now. Claiming that the Constitution is being violated and now everything that was done to these people that you conquered is now being done to you. What did you expect? Galatians 6 and 7 says you reap what you sow. You built a country on blood, and guess what? You thought they were just going to just kill us forever? Eventually, when we spread and migrate and scatter amongst everyone, in order to kill us, they must kill everyone too. They must violate everyone too. You should have known that the cock would come home to roost. So all these people out there, the people that's claiming the Constitution and all these others are being violated, and now you want to bring out vaccines and what's going on because now it's affecting your little babies. What did you expect? When you kill a people and you destroy a people, you have to understand that the Most High God is what? He's an equitable and righteous God of judgment. Eventually, He's going to come on those that created and brought forth the massacres. And just get ready because now it's your children. And you can't stop it. As much as we could stop what happened, as much as our fathers could have stopped what was prophesied against them. Isaiah 14 and 21 says, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquities of their fathers. That they do not build and make any new cities. There will be no new cities built. The Constitution will burn, and America and this Western world will fall. Why? Because you knew what they were doing to us, and you knew who they were doing it to. So, At the end of this, the Reubenites, even through all these massacres, has a way out. They have an opportunity to come to the light, come to the truth of the Most High, and join the Church of Christ. Join the truth concerning what's really going on in the earth, to come back and receive their kingdom. And Reubenites are waking up. We know because it was the Australians and people in Australia, even Reuben, that was a part of bringing this information we're teaching right now. Reuben sent us this research. Okay? So all of you out there that are talking about talking about, you know, the Constitution, and we're losing the land our fathers conquered, and the Constitution is being trampled on. Guess what? That Constitution is what? Waste paper. How can you uphold the Constitution over the Bible and think that things wouldn't come back on you? They're showing you what the Constitution is. It's nothing. And those that uphold it will be destroyed. And you are an accomplice of those who killed and massacred to establish the Constitution. For those that are backing it. That means you are okay with raping us and killing us and destroying us. And killing and massacring other people throughout the world to set up your Constitution and your new one world order. That means it was okay for you that happened. Well, here we are. The children of Israel is awakening. The children of Israel are rising for their government. And you and your lands and your Constitution is failing. We'll see you on our way up as we're looking down. Okay? So we're not trying to hold on to the Constitution. We're not trying to hold on to this world. We understand that America was set up to fall. We understand that all you world powers, gain power off of our downfall. You should have known it would come a time that the Most High would wake us up. You thought we would be asleep forever. And it doesn't matter what you do to us. The word is out now. You do something to one of us, 30 of us will spring up. No matter what you do for your eugenics and vaccinations, we are having babies. Can't stop it. It's the Most High. A higher. See? That's how it works. You and the devil will burn. Okay? Your God will be hogtied and be put in the lowest parts of hell. And they tell you in the book of Isaiah that we shall look upon him and say, is this the man that made nations to tremble? I thank the Most High for this truth. To be able to look our enemies in the eyes and say, you know what? Israel's back. Reuben is back. And you know what? I know you're mad. Judah is right here. All right? And we ain't our name is not Rosenberg. Our name is not Spielberg. Our name is not Rosen. Our name is not Cohen. You're looking at the true children of God. We're waking up Reuben. Next week we'll be waking up Asher. Next week we'll be following the true Day of Atonements and all the holy days of the Most High. We're in the first week coming of festivals for the year. You got a festival year and you have a springtime new year. This September, which we're in, is the new year of festivals. And the Most High have given us the count of the holy days. That means the same time they're doing the holy days from on high. We're dealing with them right now in real time, the same time the angels are. We have total connection in the spirit and understanding that's coming straight from the Most High that no man can take credit for. And that's why they are afraid. That's why you're scared. Because you know there's no school anywhere is teaching what the Most High has given us. And it must have come from on high. And the same God that has given us this understanding is the same God that's going to set us free to rule over you degenerates. You satanic so-called New World Order people that think that sacrificing children and raping little boys and letting evil and homosexual all loose on the earth. To think that that's okay. That think that there's no judgment because your God, Lucifer or Satan, have allowed this for a time. But he didn't allow this. Our God allowed this. We're free. Come on, brother. Bring it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1.
Come on.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Hold on, read it again.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Eventually, when we wake up the 12 tribes of Israel, we will stand in great boldness and look those that afflicted us in their eyes and tell them what?
And made no account of his labors.
And made no account of his labors. Not once did you look to give us any appreciation for building your stinking world. Read.
Verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with fear.
And they're troubled now because there's no schools that are teaching what the Most High is bringing from on high in this earth. They know it's coming from heaven. They know it's coming from the Holy Spirit. And they're scared now. So that's why they're going to try to demonize people and claim they're with ISIS and they're this and they're that. They're extremists. They're going to try to demonize because they know what this means. If we know, eventually the world will know. Right? Read.
And shall be amazed.
They're going to be amazed
at the strangeness of his salvation.
At the strangeness of their salvation. They're going to be amazed that we woke up out of nowhere and obtained wisdom beyond this world. It's strange to them. A lot of them are looking at us sideways. They turn their computers over sideways. I can't. This Negro. I know he went to school in elementary school. I know what school he went to. I know what school. I remember Brandon. He went to Duckery. I remember these. Where did these Negroes find this information? That's what y'all. That's the amazement. They're shocked. Oh, well, they didn't go to Harvard or Yale. They didn't sacrifice their children. They haven't compromised.
No Masonic law.
They don't have any school debt. It's amazing to them. They're trying to figure out, they're looking at us like, where did these guys come from? You know what? The truth usually comes from the poor people. And that's just the understanding. It always has. The wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. And the greatest knowledge on earth came out of Nazareth. Christ came out of Nazareth, which was the ghetto of all of Israel. The lowest parts of Israel is where Christ came out of, on purpose. He would use the foolishness of this world to confound the wisdom of this world. He would use those that are not educated in this system to prove that this education on earth that they're teaching is total stupidity. Read it.
And they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves.
They're going to say within themselves.
This was he.
This was he.
Whom we had sometimes in derision.
They're going to look at us and say, I can't believe that we had the children of God in derision. You mean to tell me they were the children of God the whole time? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. They're going to be, oh Jesus. You should have told us we had the children of God in captivity. Yeah, it was us. And oh Jesus. Yes, it's us. And you know what? Because we have law, we will never treat you as bad as you treated us. We would never treat you wrong. But you will see the growth and power of the same people that are known as thugs and nothing in this earth. They're going to rule this world. We will rule this world. And they're trying to speed up the New World Order to thwart that prophecy, knowing that we as a people are becoming more free. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. You're right. Read.
This was he whom we had sometimes in derision.
They're going to ask, is these are the people that we had in captivity, that we poisoned, that we put the killer vaccines on? Is these the people?
And a proverb of reproach.
We used to call them all types of names. Read.
Verse 4. We fools accounted.
Hold on. Now they're going to call themselves fools. Mm-hmm. We fools, we underestimated these guys. We seen how they were in society and all that. We underestimated them. We fools, what?
Accounted his life madness.
We accounted their lives as madness. But guess what? Not every one of us are on crack. Not every one of us have fell to this system. Not every one of us is uneducated and have no, and not every one of us are like little boys with no aspirations beyond our captivity. And see, that's what you slept on. There's a lot of us who are looking for something greater, and the Most High showed his light and said, listen, the answer is not within your society, in your education. Your answer is to follow me and take on my law, so that the curses of your fathers be banished forever, and you can stand again as the children of Jacob. And that's why we are now waking up Jacob all over the world. There's brothers and sisters even outside of us are waking up Jacob all over the world. And there's nothing any of you can do about it. Read.
We fools accounted his life madness,
Read.
and his end to be without honor.
You thought our end would be without honor. But look. Read.
Verse 5. How is he,
Israel,
numbered among the children of God?
Woo! How is he? You're going to look at all the things, how the media publicized this. You're going to look at what they said about us, our sisters and brothers, and how they try to make us look like nothing and filth. They're looking at us now and saying, how is these the people numbered amongst the children of God? And I now see why that rabbi, when I was on the radio, said to me, you people are not following the laws. We are following the laws. I'm like, you know what? That's true. That's more proof that we are children of God. Exactly. Why? Because it said that we would discontinue from our heritage. How are you following the law? Who told you was Israel? When the real Israelites wouldn't know who they are in the last days. So thank you. So they're using that as an excuse now. But now they're going to say, oh my God, these people are not following the laws. How are they numbered under the children of God? How are these people the children of Israel? Read.
And his lot is among the saints.
And our lot is amongst the saints. The same way the Romans looked to destroy the saints in the past, the Roman Empire under Babylon is looking to destroy the saints today. The children of the saints, the children of Israel. Read.
Verse 6.
Come on.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the Son of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
See, this is the Illuminati. This is Esau talking right here. They've made their power in all that through wickedness and evil and deception. You should have known it would come around. Read.
Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
But yet the world haven't learned the way of the Most High, and through that have underestimated his children. The children of Israel is back. And Reuben, thanks for waking up. We're going to see you in Australia soon. Shalom.